Good morning. My name is Paul. Today I'll be reading the Herald News for today, Wednesday, April 1st, 2026. In the weather, today, a shower and a thunderstorm, the high of 65 to 72, a low of 38 to 45. Thursday, a little afternoon rain, a high of 40 to 47, and a low of 35 to 42. On Friday, rain and drizzle, 51 to 58, 46 to 53. Saturday, low clouds, 55 to 62, and 42 to 49 for the lows. On Sunday, cloudy, a little rain, 58 to 65, and 45 to 52 for the lows. In the news, Hegseth expect decisive turn in the war. Gas tops $4 a gallon for the first time in over 3 years. This is from USA Today. Pentagon Chief Pete Hegseth on March 31st said the upcoming days in the war will be decisive as President Donald Trump demanded allies reopen the Strait of Hormuz themselves, and average U.S. gas prices rose above $4 a gallon. Hegseth, speaking to reporters at the Pentagon, said the primary effort is diplomacy, but added that the U.S. military will negotiate with bombs if necessary. He refused to rule out a potential ground operation. Our adversary right now thinks there are 15 different ways we can come at them with boots on the ground, and guess what? There are, he said. If we needed to, we could execute those options, or maybe we don't have to use them at all. The point is to be unpredictable, he added. A day earlier, Trump threatened to walk away from the fight he started by targeting the country's electricity plants, oil infrastructure, and possibly all desalination plants if peace talks fail and the Iranians do not agree to open the Strait of Hormuz. About 20% of the global oil supply must pass through the vital waterway off the coast of Iran. Iranian officials maintained that they are not involved in direct negotiations with Washington and vowed to severely punish aggressors. Air Force General Dan Kane, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, said he couldn't discuss any specific targets, but that the military carefully reviews the risks to civilians and legal considerations in selecting targets. Other countries should step up. Trump also signaled that the United States might abandon its efforts to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, telling allied countries to start learning how to fight for yourself. The USA won't be there to help you anymore. Hegseth pressed other countries to help the United States open the strait, echoing Trump's posts on Truth Social urging countries to build up some delayed courage, go to the strait and just take it. There are countries around the world who ought to be prepared to step up, Hegseth told reporters. He said there was lots were doing well, some of which is known, some of which is not known. There are many more vessels flowing through there than there were, he said. Tehran has kept a stranglehold over the strait, driving up global oil prices and causing financial markets to tumble. Since the launch of the war on February 28th, gas prices have risen precipitously. Early on March 31st, the national average retail price of a gallon of gas surpassed $4 for the first time in more than 3 years. The average cost of leaded gas has climbed more than $1 in the month since the war began. On the morning of March 31st, regular unleaded averaged $4.02, up from $2.98 in February, according to AAA. Brent crude, the global oil benchmark, has topped more than $100 a barrel on March 30th for the first time since 2022 when Russia invaded Ukraine. Hegseth told reporters that he was on the ground in the Middle East for half a day on March 28th, but he would not name the location so that troops would not be targeted. Hegseth said he spoke to pilots, witnessed operations, and met service members, including the Army targeting team, who sank the Pride and Joy of the Iranian Navy, and the Air Force intel analyst, who defines target prices faster than the target packages faster than the enemy can adapt. Please thank the President from us. I heard that time and time again, Hegseth said. 3 Air Force captains whose F-15 fighter jets were mistakenly shot down by Kuwait remained in the region and all dropped bombs over Tehran last night, he added. The fighter jets crashed on March 2nd and the crews of the planes survived unscathed. Kuwait's Defense Ministry spokesperson Colonel Said al-Atwan said at the time. Meanwhile, the head of the U.S. Central Command, Admiral Brad Cooper, who is overseeing the war on Iran, visited Israel and recognized more than 40 service members for exceptional performance. During the trip to Tel Aviv on March 29th and 30th, Cooper met with Lieutenant General Eyal Zamir, Chief of the General Staff of the Israel Defense Forces, according to U.S. Captain Tim Hawkins, spokesperson for Central Command. The two leaders discussed progress made during ongoing operations to eliminate Iran's ability to attack other countries, Hawkins said in a statement. The military leaders also reaffirmed the partnership between the United States and Israel, Hawkins said. Tehran showed no signs of backing down. In the early hours of March 31st, an Iranian drone set a Kuwaiti oil tanker ablaze as it was at port in Dubai, Reuters and the New York Times reported. Government officials in Dubai first reported the attack around 3:30 a.m. local time and said it involved a drone. No injuries were reported. Authorities in Dubai confirmed the fire had been extinguished by about 5:30 a.m. Meanwhile, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps on March 31st said it will target U.S. companies in the region starting April 1st in retaliation for attacks on Iran, the country's state media outlets reported. The IRGC did not name specific countries according to the Iranian state media. Over the weekend, IRGC Aerospace Force Commander Majid Mousavi warned that Iran would target chemical, oil, and metals industries linked to U.S.-Israeli interests in the region. The war has continued to spread, with Iran-aligned Houthis in Yemen entering the war by firing at Israel, and Turkey reporting on March 30th that a ballistic missile launched from Iran had entered Turkish airspace before being shot down. The war has also revived conflict between Israel and the Iran-backed Lebanese group Hezbollah. Spring cleanup underway. This is by Emily Sherney, the Herald News USA Today Network. Fall River. The city has plans to auction off surplus property, including decommissioned vehicles, that is only depreciating while it takes up space sitting on Fall River's ledger. At the March 4th City Council Committee meeting on finance, Councilor Linda Pereira spearheaded talks revolving around how the city might declutter old junk that costs more to repair than it's worth. Trevor Coelho, the city's purchasing agent, talked up the savings if the city forgoes a live in-person auction in response to Pereira's concerns about the difficulty of online auctions. In the past, said Pereira, auctions were held live at the Department of Community Maintenance Facilities, and people came down, they bid on it, they see things, she said. I don't know why that's not being done again, Pereira said. Coelho said the city was eyeing a new auction online municipal marketplace service, GovDeals, to handle the sale and advertising of old property in a way that afforded bidders and city residents access to view and purchase items up for auction. He said he could post information and links to the auction on the city website. An online auction, Coelho said, would cost the city nothing because all that's charged is a buyer's premium, but a live auction would stipulate the cost of an auctioneer and come with a hefty cost, including the manual labor of collecting all auction lots together in one centralized location, plus legal counsel to handle contracts. Chief Financial Officer Emily Arpke said that there will be times when a live auction will be more fruitful, based on the On the batch of items, however, the city is on trend to spend more than it's making if it opts for a live auction over an online one. 76 lots, including 11 inoperable vehicles, are slated to be auctioned off. A letter to city administrators from Coelho explains that decommissioned vehicles have been involved in major accidents, sport high mileage with mechanical issues, or need repairs and are therefore unable to pass inspection. The equipment to be sold hails from 7 different municipal departments: the library, the collector's office, the council on aging, the city clerk's office, and from police and fire departments. Office supplies, computers, desks, public safety equipment, a bariatric wheelchair, and a pool table are just some of the notables cresting the to-be-auctioned list. Pereira struck back by saying vehicles are up for grabs, especially could command higher bids if potential buyers could evaluate or inspect the car in person before placing a bid. Can items be scrapped? Not right away, Coelho and Arpke agreed. If any items do not sell at auction, the city can then scrap items by ordinance following the auction. Bids not on par with an item's value can be rejected, Coelho said. Councillor Sean Kadim said most significantly, items on the list to be auctioned should not be given away, especially if that property has significant value. According to Kadim, online auctions have the potential to attract fewer bidders who then name their prices and walk away with valuable items for a couple $100. Fall River's online auction proceeds will then be rerouted to the general fund. In line with Councillor Michael Canwell's suggestion to distribute funds to public safety departments, the council added terms to give the money back to the city's police and fire departments for referring the item to be heard by a full council later that same night. Canwell said it should be required for the earnings of 11 police vehicles and 13 other pieces up for auction to be ultimately be pocketed by the Fall River Police Department. The proceeds from 13 lots from Central Fire Station and another 26 from headquarters at 140 Commerce Drive ought to be returned to the Fall River Fire Department, he said. Arpke pushed back, saying auction proceeds hit the general fund, which provides funding for those departments, like covering capital improvements, servicing debt, or supplying free cash. Arpke said she expected the auction to generate hundreds, perhaps thousands of dollars, but not tens of thousands of dollars. We're talking about dollars going back to them, she said. I think every dollar is important to them, Canwell said, with Section 2-972 of the city ordinances allowing the city council to dictate the terms of a public auction. At the March 24th meeting of the full body, councilors voted unanimously to approve the auction, but did not pass Canwell's motion to return earnings back to respective departments. Spring marks return of seasonal food favorites. This is by Ashley Schuler, the Herald News USA Today Network. Spring is not quite in the air yet, but we've felt some glimpses and are approaching the final stretch of our seasonal depression. Hang in there, South Coast. Warm weather and beach days are just around the corner. As we slowly emerge from hibernation, so have seasonal food destinations that are helping to shake off snowpocalypse memories and usher in the summer vibes. Nothing lifts one's spirits like seeing beloved clam shacks, waterfront restaurant staples, and beachy food stops making their long-awaited return. So while we wait patiently for Mother Nature to catch up, here's a look when you can start planning your first trip back to Greater Fall River's go-to seasonal spots. The Tipsy Seagull, Address 1 Ferry Street, Fall River, opening date May 15th. Hiring is currently underway for its 2026 season. Spindle City's perennial food favorites are just about ready to go. First up on Ferry Street's waterfront row is the Tipsy Seagull, serving up the epitome of summertime vibes with a slice of Key West in Fall River. Now in its 18th year, Tipsy Seagull, located at the mouth of Narragansett Bay at Borden Light Marina, continues its tradition of being a tropical getaway in your own backyard. An outdoor floating bar features dockage for boating, a relaxed tiki bar atmosphere, pub grub, live music 7 days a week, and swings on their second floor are a popular hangout spot. Pier 52, address 52 Ferry Street, Fall River, opening date May 22nd. Current hiring is currently underway for the 2026 season. For a more elevated dining experience, Tipsy Seagull's sister restaurant is a place to be. At the Pier 52, locals can get a Newport feel, not far from the bustling downtown at their hidden little oasis. Come by car or by boat to this Fall River front waterfront favorite, offering panoramic views of Mount Hope Bay. Pop into Pier 52 for lunch or dinner with their formal dining area or patio, or kick up your feet and relax in an Adirondack chair as you soak in the scenery from the lawn. In addition to a mouth-watering menu that features a raw bar, sushi, craft cocktails, and tasty surf turf and vegetarian options, guests can enjoy live music and drinks at their outdoor patio bar. There is dockage available for patrons. While you await opening day, check out Piers and the Tipsy Seagull's newest sister restaurant and latest addition to the Borden Light Marina scene, Morgan's Cantina at 1 Ferry Street, where you can enjoy upscale Mexican fare and creative drinks year-round. Evelyn's Drive-In, address 2335 Main Road, Tiverton, opening date May 4th. You survived the winter 26 and are looking to rejoice with fried food, water views, and sunshine? The countdown has begun until May 4th opening of one of the tastiest seafood spots this side of Nanquacket Pond, Evelyn's Drive-In. Evelyn's Drive-In has been a go-to for locals and seafood lovers far and wide since 1969, offering indoor dining and outdoor heated patio, or take your food to go and eat at picnic tables along the water. Some highlights of Evelyn's vast menu, which has garnered national attention, include the 2-pound seafood platter. As seen on Phantom Gourmet, the platter, enough for 2 or 3 to share, serves up an assortment of fried cod, whole belly clams, sea scallops, calamari, shrimp, onion rings, and clam cakes. Their Fall River-inspired lobster chow mein, fresh lobster meat atop hot chow mein gravy and crispy noodles, is another popular pick, and was a favorite of celebrity chef Guy Fieri during his diners, drive-ins, and dives stop at Evelyn's. Their pan-grilled sea scallop dish was also featured in the New England Clam Shack cookbook. McRae's Seafood, address 115 Stafford Road, Tiverton. Opening date, season started February 27th. McRae's Seafood didn't let a little snow stop their 2026 launch. The Tiverton spot got an extra jump on summer, opening its doors February 27th as the region was in the midst of digging out from a massive blizzard. Now the picnic tables are set and the tent out front is heated for outdoor dining in Tiki Jack's Shack, which will have you dreaming of beach days to come. McRae's Seafood got its start decades ago as a takeout clam shack on Route 6 in Westport, known to generations as a must-stop after a day at the beach or the former Lincoln Park. Now the amusement park is gone, but McRae's tradition of family summer fun lives on in its Tiverton site for a new generation of seafood fans. From its famous fried clams and clam cakes to lobster rolls, chowder, shrimp scampi, and an ever-changing rotation of tasty specials, the Stafford Road spot is a local foodie gem. The Bayside Restaurant, address 1253 Horseneck Road, Westport. Opening date, season started March 19th, located in the south end of Westport with views of Allen's Pond across the street and Buzzards Bay off the beach. You can't beat Bayside Restaurant on a beautiful day. As the weather warms up, the clamshell parking lot at the longtime family eatery, now in its 57th year, fills up. Looking to dive into their mouth-watering menu but don't know where to start? How about the Bayside's famous lobster roll? Lobster meat on a grilled New England-style bun that was voted by Food and Wine Minute magazine as one of the best in America. Other popular menu items considered must-tries include their famous maple seafood melody, famous baked scrod, classic fish and chips, and eggplant fries appetizer. Also, the test of any good New England restaurant, their chowder. Here their quahog or seafood chowders are good bets. Address 1 Bridge Road, Westport. Opening date, season started March 20th. Spring is back and so are the good food and good times at the Back Eddy, which kicked off its 28th season March 20th. Located on the Westport River, Back Eddy has a waterfront view, boat access, and is just minutes away from the beaches. Come summer, it is a bustling gathering spot for everyone from loyal locals from surrounding coastal towns to beachgoers to day trippers from Boston to owners of nearby summer homes. Taste their menu of classics such as the Boat Show, grilled swordfish, garlic mashed potatoes, asparagus, and lemon chive butter, fried New Bedford sea scallops, 1.5-pound local lobster, BE bolognese, and fish and chips. Ask about their super fresh soup of the moment, and don't forget to check out their raw bar. Flo's Clam Shack, address 4 Wave Ave, Middleton, and 424 Park Ave, Portsmouth, Rhode Island. Opening date, Middletown opened for the season March 12th, Portsmouth opened March 26th. A staple just over the border in Rhode Island for 90 years, no trip to the beach is complete without a stop at Flo's. With a bustling shack in Middletown overlooking Newport's Easton Beach and a drive-in at Portsmouth's Island Park, they have all your summer cravings covered, from their world-famous clam cakes to their homemade chowder to their fiery stuffed quahog to their no-nonsense lobster roll to a raw bar to an array of fried seafood options you can't miss here, and their menu goes well beyond that. Schulze's Snack Shack, address 346 Park Ave, Portsmouth, Rhode Island. Opening date, April 1st. Island Park is certainly the place to be for foodies starting April 1st. No joke. Just a stone's throw from Flo's Drive-In is another Rhode Island gem, and its summer family tradition, Schulze's Snack Shack. Kick off the season with some of their shack specialties, such as their New England clam chowder and clam cakes, shack stuffies, quahogs loaded with clams and local chorizo, lobster roll basket, shack burger, or chili cheese dog with a side of shack slaw or bacon cheese fries. Here you can follow up your meal with a sweet ending, soft serve or hand-dipped hard serve ice cream. Take your eats to go or enjoy in their outdoor patio area. In other news, Swansea driver 71 allegedly urinates on school bus. This is from the Herald News and USA Today Network. A bus driver for Swansea Public Schools has been fired following a troubling incident in which he allegedly urinated inside a school bus Monday morning while students were aboard. A 71-year-old bus driver urinated inside a school bus while transporting 12 preschool to grade 2 students to Hoyle Elementary School, according to a joint statement from the Swansea Public Schools and Swansea Police Department. An initial investigation by school and police officials revealed that the driver pulled over on the way to Hoyle and told the passengers to move to the back of the bus before allegedly relieving himself while sitting in the driver's seat. The driver then completed the trip and dropped the students off at the school, officials report. Some students reported the unusual behavior to their teachers, and an investigation was launched. Through the investigation, it is currently believed that no students on the bus witnessed the driver's actions, their statement reads. School officials notified all parents of children on the bus at the time about the incident. The driver was an employee of Herald Bus Company, which provides transportation for all Swansea public schools. Amaral was notified of the incident by Swansea Superintendent of Schools Scott Holcomb, and the driver has been fired from driving for Swansea Public Schools. The incident has also promised Swansea to review its relationship with Amaral and discuss the measures they will undertake to ensure something like this does not happen again, the statement reads, including a review of Amaral's hiring practices. School officials also filed a report with the Massachusetts Department of Children and Families in accordance with state law and the district's policies and procedures. Swansea Police Department detectives are investigating the incident, and no charges have been filed against the driver as of Monday afternoon. This is a matter we take extremely seriously. This type of behavior in the presence of children, especially young children, is unacceptable, and we will continue to look into the incident, the statement reads. Anyone with questions or concerns are asked to call the Swansea Public Schools Administrative Office at 508-675-1195. From gardening to AI to art, Tiverton Library has a busy April planned. This is by Dave DeMille from the Herald News. From hands-on garden advice and creative crafting groups to film screenings, local history talks, and a full slate of AI-focused tech sessions, Tiverton Public Library's April schedule offers adults plenty of ways to learn, connect, and unwind, according to a community announcement. Highlights include the Spring Garden Expo, multiple book clubs meeting on and off-site, and a documentary screening during National Library Week, alongside ongoing creative and technology programs throughout the month. One-on-one tech help all month long. Personalized technology help is here for adults of all skill levels. Crafters of all kinds, including knitters, quilters, and other makers, are invited to gather in the community room for a monthly social crafting night. On Saturday, April 4th, the library will host its 4th annual Spring Garden Expo. This has been the Herald News for today, Wednesday, April 1st, 2026. My name is Paul. Thanks for listening.